Hey, what's going on, guys? Spirit of Halloween here, and today I'm going to do a review on the animated convulsing nurse from Spirit Halloween 2013. So, a couple things I just want to say before I get into this review is if you guys have any animatronics that you want me to review or any specific props you had in mind, post the name of the animatronic in the comment section below, and the prop with the most of it written in the comment section below will be the prop that I will review next. Also, another thing is this video is actually the first video of a 3-video upload today. 3 videos all in one day. So it's going to be this video, the review, and then a demo, and then something else. If you guys have any suggestions for the third video, you can also leave that in the comment section below. And I also wanted to thank JD Haunter, I believe it is. I'll put the name in the description. But JD Haunter JD Haunter and another channel, I forgot what the name was called, but I'll post it in the description below. Thanks to those two for actually recommending that I review this prop. And so without any further ado, let's go ahead and get to the review. So this is the Convulsing Nurse, as I've already said. This animatronic is very, very popular. Pretty much when this thing first came out, everybody fell in love with it. I mean, I can think of at least 5 YouTubers that really just enjoyed this animatronic a lot. So if you're wondering where I got it, I got this thing at Spirit last year for about $130. I have 2 stores where I live, and one of them both of them had the nurse. One of them had a broken nurse. One of them, the nurse had the motor worked, I think, but the gear was broken inside. And I'll get to that in a minute. And then the other store had this one, and this one fully worked. I did have to fix the volume knob. As you can tell, it doesn't have the original thing on it. It just kind of has tape on there. But I had to fix the volume knob, and it's working now. It was just a simple wire problem. I thought it was maybe the speaker was going out, but it was just the knob. So the functionality of this animatronic is fairly simple. It only has one motor, and that motor is right in there. I know you can't see it, but it's right in there. It's being covered by this mesh screen right here. This animatronic features a volume control, as many animatronics did in 2013. In fact, I'm pretty sure all of them did. I'm not 100% sure on that. Correct me if I'm wrong. And also, this animatronic was the second animatronic to feature, well, rather the third animatronic to feature the MIT port right here, where you can insert that first aid box, and that's the MIT. This prop, I'm pretty sure you can use the MIT, or you can use the first aid kit, or the high voltage box, or even maybe the TNT box thing that came with the Thrashing Clown, if you have that animatronic. I'm not 100% sure on this. Be cautious if you are going to try it. But, that's just something. It also comes with a foot pad right there. And most of these animatronics in 2013 had the updated foot pad. In fact, they actually updated the entire foot pad line in 2013. The detail on this animatronic is actually pretty good. There's not a whole lot of detail. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. There's actually a lot of detail. As you can tell, there's no eyes in the animatronic. They've been cut out or removed or whatever. And her face has this sew mark. And she's also got scratches all over her, and she kind of looks like she's been sitting in there for quite a while. So that's pretty cool. The arms, I should probably say, have like they're cut off, and then they have this little stub part, and there's a hook going through it. So quite a lot of gore in this prop. The same for this one. The chains are pretty long. They actually go all the way to the floor, which is quite nice. It gives you a lot more room to kind of chain her up. And the chains are tangled a little bit, whatever. This is what they look like. And they come with adhesives on the back. If that does wear off, though, just get some 3M double-sided sticky tape and use that. It'll work. The quality of this animatronic is kind of questionable. This is 2013, so this is when Techie Toys was still making semi-decent props. The module is made out of that white yellowish plastic that they always make or use or love to use nowadays. Um, the body is just fabric, of course. The arms have a little bit of padding in them because, well, that's just basically the arm. And then the shoulders are made out of this fairly thin plastic. I normally don't like the plastic because it normally wears out and it cracks and it breaks, and then it's like can't really use it anymore. And it's the same situation with the hook and the arm stub piece. The clothing, as I've mentioned, is a bit thin. It's the typical Techie Toys fabric. I do, however, like that they included kind of like a mesh. I can get underneath the clothes here. They included like this mesh fabric right here. Almost, it feels like garden mesh. And that's to help so you can't see through the clothing. So a little bit better, but still it could be improved. This prop is motion activated, and it's also sound activation, and the motion sensor is right here. The sound sensor is located, I'm fairly certain it's right here. And this prop originally retailed for $150. Now, like I said, I did get this animatronic for $130, but I had a 20% off coupon. She was originally $150. Something that's worth mentioning is that this this bracket system or thing or whatever you want to call it is fairly thin. It's fairly thin metal, and it can bend very easily. And these points where it connects into the base right here are fairly thin, and also the welding job is quite poor. And they might break, so be very careful with this. Don't just stick it in the box, make sure it really goes in there nice and snug and it's not hitting anything, it's not going to get bent up, and don't step on it because it will break. The poles, there's really nothing much to talk about. Really, it's just plastic poles with the connectors on the end. One thing I do like that they've included on this animatronic that they didn't with the zombie or the werewolf, I don't think, is that the plastic around the connectors right here is a lot thicker and it's a lot better. On the convulsing zombie, it's a lot thinner and it can break very easily. These two circular locking parts can snap, and then you have to come up with a different system of how you're going to attach it and glue it in, and it's just a hassle. They did the same thing with the poles, and I believe they did the same thing with the head. So the metal base is pretty strong. Welds, it's good. And also, if you buy this at the spirit store or get it on eBay and it doesn't come with the hooks, I fashioned a couple myself right here. This is 14 gauge copper wire. Did not move the insulation from. So you can do that, and that works pretty good. And also something else worth mentioning is that, and I see this a lot with this animatronic, and just be cautious of this. Because the way this animatronic is designed, it's an okay design, it's not really all that great. I wish it was more improved, but there's a square shaft right here, and it runs through this little bar, through the gear, and then over here. The problem with that system is that because it is a square shaft and because you have a very large mass moving back and forth, the problem is that over time the plastic wears out, and it will split, and it will wear out. I've had that happen. My convulsing zombie, it happened to him, unfortunately. So just be a little bit aware of that. Don't, take care of her, because I have seen a nurse where that has happened. So, and I think I've mentioned that. The shirt, underneath the shirt, has a metal hook here. This is where you hook the chest piece up to, and you can see there. I'll try to get a good view, but here's the connector right there. And then I like the way her head is designed. It has her whole body actually is designed really good. It's very thin the way it's designed, but it's actually really good because her head doesn't have a whole lot of weight and her arms don't have a whole lot. She doesn't have a whole lot of weight, but the way it's connected up here is, you can see that there's a metal spring right there, and then there's a piece of plastic that connects her head to her shoulders, and the spring is what makes it wiggle when her head flops or goes back. Connector is kind of crappy, but it's alright. It will do, because it really only connects the motion sensor, which is right there. Would I recommend this animatronic? I actually would recommend this animatronic. I think it's a very good animatronic. It's really cool. It's really scary. It really is interesting, and it really has a lot of good detail, and it's pretty awesome. So if I were to give this a rating, I would give this thing 4 out of 5 because of the detail and the fact it's very simple and it's really cool. The animation's pretty good and all that other good extra stuff. I would give it 4. The only reason why I'm only giving it 4 is because the quality could be improved. Some things could be better. Some things actually could be worse. But the quality could be better. But it's not bad for what it is. So 4 out of 5, not too bad. If you guys wanted to buy this animatronic, I would recommend if they have it in the Spirit store and you really like it and you really want to get it, make sure you test it out in the store, set it up, test it out in the store before you buy it, because you don't want to buy something broken and take it home. You all know that. And if you wanted to buy it on eBay, the most I would recommend you pay on this thing for an auction website is I would probably say, if you find it brand new, in the box, I would say it's worth 150 because it's brand new in the box. If it's used, I would say 100, and it's still in good condition, 100. But if it's any less than, if it's not in good condition or anything like that, or it doesn't work, I'd say maybe 50 bucks. Just because this animatronic is a lot better when it moves. Alright, so I believe I've covered everything. This is a really straightforward animatronic, and there's really not much to this animatronic. So if you guys have enjoyed this review, give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to this channel, subscribe. And like I've said before, if there's any animatronics you want me to review, post the animatronic in the comment section, and the most animatronic of it in the comment section will be the next one I review. So I'll see you guys in the next video, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side also.